Alex?
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Chairman AICTE, Dr. T.G. Sitharam, sir. Honorable Vice Chairman and Chief Innovation Officer, Dr. Abhay, Jere, sir. My colleagues here, all our colleagues from BBA, BCA institutes, directors, deans, principals who have joined online on WebEx and YouTube as well. I welcome all of you for this very special session and interaction with the leadership, AICTE leadership, only for BBA and BCA institutes. All of you are aware that BBA and BCA is added in AICTE approval process last year, and we have completed 1 year, and now the second round is going on, and there are more than 6,000 institutions which are added. AICTE has been instrumental in promoting innovation and entrepreneurship in all the institutes which are under the umbrella of AICTE in last so many years, especially the engineering colleges and MBA institutes, through innovation cell initiatives like Hackathon and Institutions Innovation Council. This is a great opportunity for BBA and BBA institutes to leverage different programs and schemes of innovation cell and AICTE. And that's where honorable leadership thought to interact with the leadership of BBA and BCA institutes, how we can actually promote culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in these institutions where there is ample opportunity to motivate the young minds which are 12th pass, especially in BBA and BCA. And that's where we have arranged this session. With this, we'll take the session ahead, and I request Honorable Vice Chairman and CIO, Dr. Abhay Jere, sir, to take it forward.
Thank you, Yogesh. Honorable Chairman AICTE, Professor T.G. Sitharam, sir. First, sir, I would really like to thank you for taking a very, very bold and proactive step of getting BBA, BCA institutions under AICTE domain. And more importantly, during our internal meetings, you said that we have to handhold them, support them, rather than immediately trying to regulate them. So we will be more of a people who will give push to the institutions on how they can upgrade their quality, what kind of changes we can bring in, how we can help them upgrade their entire thought process, push innovation and entrepreneurship within our institutes. And then once they are have come to some extent standards, then we will go ahead and start regulating them. So, sir, it was your very bold decision under your leadership to have BBA, BCA institutions on as is, where is basis. And that has really helped in getting 6,000 institutions under our domain. Another important thing, sir, is that your push for innovation and entrepreneurship within our BBA, BCA institutions. And that is the reason we are here today to actually talk to them in detail about what they should do at BBA, BCA institutions, and what AICTE and MIC, that is Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, is doing, and how they can actually take benefit of some of the schemes and programs which we have launched over a period of time. So I will go with the presentation, sir. So let's start the presentation. Can you share the presentation, please?
Yes.
Share.
Share.
You need to
Yes.
click on share.
You don't need to do anything.
Just share.
Yes.
Go full screen mode. Full screen. So, sir, with MIC and AICTE, now we are actually planning to build world's biggest innovation academic platform. That is the way how Yogesh likes to put it. So actually, I sometimes borrowed that term from him, and I would like to give credit for that term to him. And when we are looking at this entire innovation ecosystem, sir, we are working on 4 or 5 major initiatives. One, how we can promote and nurture problem-solving culture in our institutions. And if we have to do that, what kind of initiatives we need to do? Then we have to build a sustainable innovation ecosystem. That is extremely critical, because it may happen that we do some initiatives, they follow some initiatives, but eventually if a sustainable innovation ecosystem is not established within the educational institutions, then it is not going to be of any help. Then the mindset aspect of it. Okay, it's very, very important to develop an entrepreneurial mindset, because we believe that it is easy to create an infrastructure. You can always build incubators, you can always build tinkering labs. But if you don't have the right mindset to get into this track or this sector, then it is going to be very, very difficult. And that change we have to really work hard on this aspect, because since last 70, 75 years, the majority of the mindset or the primary mindset within the country is about going for service, for job. And then now we are asking youngsters to actually not go for jobs, but to create jobs. Then that change has to actually, it's not a very easy change, which is there. And then we have to have right kind of platforms and facilities for students, so that if they want to pursue innovation and entrepreneurship, then they can go forward, so that they can commercialize their products, they can take it to the market, and so on and so forth. So that again, kind of an ecosystem has to be there. So we are working on all these four aspects. Next slide, please. So this is just more of a philosophical slide. I will not dive into too much of detail, but it is simple. First you encourage, then you enable, then you engage with them. More interestingly, it should be engage first, and then enable, and then empower. Okay, so this is the philosophy which we are working. Next slide, please. Why slides are not moving? Okay, so now when we look at who are the stakeholders for our entire initiative, so we are primarily have four stakeholders for our initiatives. One are HEIS, means higher educational institutions, our engineering colleges, our BBA, BCA colleges, and so on and so forth. So as institutions, they are stakeholders. Then second stakeholders are the faculty members and teachers, faculty who are actually teaching, working in that institution. Means the first is institution or management of the institution. The second is the faculty, which is actually engaging. The third are students, which are also very, very another important stakeholders. And even now we are moving out or branching further, engaging schools also, because schools are the feeders for our HEIS. If we don't have right kind of programs at school level, we will not able to achieve the goals or the results which we are expecting in higher educational institutes. Because if schools completely are still focusing on rote learning, and when they come to higher education institutions, the students come to higher education, and then we suddenly tell them that now think out of the box, innovate, it's really not going to be possible. So we are now started focusing on schools. And if you really look at the programs which MIC is doing, you will see very specific programs which are addressing each of the stakeholders. Next slide, please. So the first important initiative for which we are here today is IIC's, Institutional Innovation Council. And the reason we conceptualized this initiative was that because that when we spoke to large number of directors and deans, we realized that they believe that innovation entrepreneurship needs to be provided, but they were not knowing how to do it very systematically. The approach which they were taking was very, very hodgepodge kind of a thing. So we realized that we have to come up with some kind of a ready reckoner or some kind of a systematic handhold mechanism. And from that thought process, this IIC program got initiated. I am very happy to share with you, sir, that there is no such initiative anywhere available globally. So it is a very, very unique kind of an initiative. We started this initiative in 2018, where we had around 700, 800 institutions part of it. We had to pivot it multiple times because as there was no initiative or no such program anywhere, so we had to go do back and forth. We were talking to the institutions, we were taking feedback, we were actually implementing that feedback, we will try to make it better. And now I'm very happy to share with you, sir, that currently we have more than 14,000 institutions which have IIC programs. And thanks to you, because you actually ensure that every AICTE institute which gets approval should have an IIC and an R&D cell. And because of that, there was a huge boost. But as you also rightly said internally our meeting, that now they have created these IICs, but now we need to handhold them so that they can actually make these IICs functional and result oriented. And from that perspective, we have come up with a structure. Next slide, please. So if you really see the structure of IICs, ignore the numbers because the numbers on the other side are a bit old, maybe a month old numbers. But if you look at the left side of the slide, then you will see who are the members of IICs or how IIC is structured. Okay, so you will have teaching staff, you will have non-teaching staff, you will have the management involved in it, you will have students involved in it. More importantly, you will have startups and entrepreneurs also involved in it. So these representatives need to come together to form IICs. And now on our portal, sir, currently there is just one tick mark where they say that we have formed the IIC, and they have to give names of who all are the conveners and those kind of things they have appointed. So, but this is just the starting point. Now, once this IIC gets formed, then the actual business starts or actual journey starts. So I would like to show how others are doing on this IICs and what our institutions need to do to actually come up to that benchmark. So let's go to this IIC Impact website. We will just get out of the presentation and I will show you the website, the live website which is there. आ गया शेयर कर दो ना फुल तो गया
Share full screen.
You have to press the share first.
हाँ
Go to the share button.
It's there.
बंद हो गया
It has come. नीचे आया है.
There.
If you
Yeah.
take
Third.
yes.
impact उसको सिलेक्ट कर हाँ क्रोम को yes
That's it.
चलो तुम वही बैठो हाँ because we will go to the login also na after that, so get that ready also. Okay, so this is the live dashboard, sir, of IIC. So if you see today's figure, it is 14,880 IICs which we have. It's a live dashboard. If you just hover over any of the states, you will see how many IICs are there. For example, in Odisha, we have 427, Chhattisgarh, we have 209, and so on and so forth. And you will actually see the details of those IICs if you click. Okay, next, go down. Then these are the live members again. How many members? So faculty members currently are so many associated varieties, student members, external experts. So if you really look at currently, you will have 15,462 external experts which are associated, which are part of IICs. Okay, and then and if you really look at the trajectory of the events which are happening, so BBA BCA institutions, my dear friends, what we do is that when we have IIC, we announce an IIC calendar. Means what? Every month we will ask you to do one or two initiatives in a very systematic way. The flow of those initiatives has also been thought through, that why we have to do first particular initiative and then second initiative and then third initiative. Once you do those initiatives, you will actually, this is the activity calendar, if you really look at. So in quarter one, what you have to do, in quarter two, what we have to do, in quarter three, what we have to do, in quarter four, what we have to do. And we have specifically listed out the initiatives which the institution has to be done. What we want our institutions is to just follow that ready reckoner or that guideline or the guidebook which we are giving. And if you just follow that guidebook, we will ensure that in next couple of years, 2-3 years, a vibrant, sustainable innovation ecosystem will get established in your organization. And the best part of it is that we track all these activities. So you will all get a login. Okay, once you have formed IIC, once you have that login, what you need to do is that you have to do these activities and submit few photographs and a small video showing or indicating that you have these, you have done these activities. And I will show you what kind of a dashboard is there for you all. So if you really look at activities, so these are the different kind of activities which you will see on your dashboard. You know, what you are doing related to design thinking, what you are doing related to R&D institution. What is that? Just थोड़ा सा ये कर सकते हो, बड़ा कर सकते हो क्या? वो देखो. Then what you are doing related to incubation and so on and so forth. Then how many of your students, how many of your faculty members have got involved? So you can also track the involvement of faculty members. Not only that, you will also get to know which institute in your region is performing better and how your institution is in comparison to that well-performing institution. So if you really look at the graph, the blue line which is there is the well-performing institution within your region, within your vicinity. So you can compare yourself what is there, how the other institutions within your vicinity are performing. I will also request eventually we should build a module here now, because analytics is moving more and more forward, where you should give the performance of maybe 10-15 institutions in the region of 100 kilometers within that institution also, you know, so that they can further benchmark themselves much more efficiently. Okay, but having said that, this is the ready reckoner of what you do. And then for every activity which you submit, okay, you will earn some points. There are internal people here who will validate what you have submitted. They go program by program. And can you just go to impact this one? Impact this one. And if you see the number of programs which are there, so there are some submitted number of programs, and there are then approved programs. So for example, if you look at the first year, about 12,000 programs were submitted, but only 10,000 programs got approved. If you look at last year, about 1,11,000 programs got submitted, but only 93,000 programs got approved. So there are people who actually go program by program, look at the photographs, look at the videos which have been submitted, because it's a year-long activity. So we use large number of not only our in-house staff, but also we have some interns looking at these. We are trained those people how to look at, and they go ahead and approve the program. Once you approve the program, you will earn points for every program which you have, like a credit card points, which you get. And you accumulate those credit card points. And at the end of the year, those credit card points, you want to show the points? Yes. Okay. So these are the programs. And these are the points which you can accumulate. Okay. So how many points you have accumulated and so on and so forth. Okay. So for every program, there is going to be a point. Next slide, next dashboard. So that one. So once you accumulate these points over a period of a year, these at the end of the year get converted into stars. And then we announce the ranking as 1-star IIC, 2-star IIC, 3-star IIC, 4-star IICs. And if you really look at some of the institutions, you will see large number of IICs getting 4-star IICs or 3-star IICs, 3.5-star IICs, depending upon how they are performing. We see currently large number of institutions in BBA, BCA, which are just half-star, 0-star or 1-star, because they have not still started doing their activities. So we want to push these institutions to follow the activity calendar and get into 3-star, 4-star in this year. And that is the reason we are doing our awareness session this year, so that once this academic session starts, you can gear up to plan your entire initiative. Okay. So, this, apart from that, if you really look at this dashboard, this dashboard, we can see also that what kind of activities are getting done, and actually look at some of the activities and classification. So for example, ideation or startup related activities, entrepreneurship, design thinking related activities, and we know how many activities under each topic has been done, and we can actually track that at real time. So we are internally looking at dashboards very, very critically. And if you really look at, this is just the slicing and dicing of how many universities and those kind of things, then what kind of colleges. And sir, I'm very happy to share with you. This pharmacy colleges are. That apart from engineering colleges, we have even IICs in pharmacy colleges, management, medical colleges, and so on and so forth. And now we want a big number in even arts science colleges also we have. And some of these institutions will be BBA, BCA institutions, but still that number is not that great. Although the number could be great, but the activities associated with that numbers are not great. So we have to actually push that. Then we are also tracking infrastructure within these institutions. So how many institutions has incubation centers and so on and so forth. How many EDCs and IEDCs and so on and so forth. We are actually going and tracking. Go ahead. Next. Then it comes to once you have done your IIC, once you have started working on the program part of it. So usually what happens, that program gets into some initial trainings, then problem identification, then prototyping development, and so on and so forth. Ideation means it has idea competitions, good ideas get selected, then these good ideas get into prototype development, and so on and so forth. Once you have good prototypes developed, okay, then internally you have to do an exhibition of those prototypes within the college, not outside the college, within your institution. And top 3 or 4 of these ideas, which are the best ideas within the institution, need to be submitted on the portal. The portal where these ideas need to be submitted is called as Yukti portal, where we currently have more than 1,40,000, 1,39,000, 40,000 ideas actually submitted by various institutions. And these are the selected ideas. And those ideas are categorized in different TRL levels. TRL levels means technology readiness levels. Okay. And if you really look at the technology readiness levels, if you really look at the technology readiness levels, go up, please. Uh, uh, so you see the number of ideas down. How many at POC stage, how many at prototype stage, how many are startups, and so on and so forth. How many institutions have submitted data when they have gone through the entire thing. I think this is, it is not updated. I think you really need to update this. So just look at the API. It has not got integrated completely. Okay. So this is one very, very big initiative of IIC, which this BBA BCA institution needs to do. Now let's go back to the presentation. Go to full scale mode. Record it. Let's take this. Next slide. So Yukti, I was saying these are the real numbers right now, okay, which are there. I think the numbers you really need to match. Okay, so as I was saying, we have 140,000 ideas which are submitted, and now we have 8,800 plus startups which are there. So Yukti repository is emerging as one of the biggest repositories in this country, where you will have ideas in different TRL levels. TRL levels means technology readiness levels, as I said earlier, means what? That what level or what is the readiness of that technology, whether it is just at ideation stage, whether it has prototyped, it has developed into a full-scale product, whether it has been tested in field and so on and so forth, and whether it is ready for commercialization. So if you really look at it, is from 1 to 10. These TRL levels are there. Okay, 1 is just a PPT with the idea. And 10 means what? The technology is ready for transfer to industry. So that is what we are actually tracking for each of the ideas. Next slide, please. And I am very happy to share, because of that, that we are actually building a complete ecosystem. It starts from awareness creation, like doing some workshops, some lectures, then getting into how you should get into problem identification. Then once you have identified the problem, as I said, how you can get into idea competitions to look into how those problems could be solved, what should be the design thinking approach while you are trying to conceptualize the solution. Once you have solutions, large number of solutions might be there for one problem, then how to pick the best solution. Once you have the best solution, then how you can take it, because those best solutions are still very quick and dirty kind of these solutions. So how you can take them forward, how you can further have design, project engineering, product engineering built on it, so that those prototypes become more cute, more, better looking. Ergonomic wise they are good, then product wise the material science involved in it, it is very good, and so on and so forth. And how you can further incubate them so that they can be taken forward as a commercial entity or a startup. Next slide. Next slide. So when we are working on these kind of initiatives, okay, our approach is twofold. One, as I said, how we can create a lot of programs where we do local ecosystems, and then how we can build ecosystems at a national level also, so that some of the ideas which are really very good and which we can identify at local level can be showcased at national level. So for that, we are doing two kind of major initiatives. One is, as I have shown you here, already, is Yukti. Okay, what we do is that we take good ideas and take it forward, and there are 6-7 rounds of screening which is there, and eventually we fund also. We have funding for about 100 projects or 100 ideas or 100 startups. We can actually go ahead and fund them up to 10 lakh rupees. Apart from that, we now have an investor network also associated with us, who are ready to look at some of these ideas. So that is Yukti part of it. The other part of it is that many times students are not aware of the big challenges which this country wants us to solve. Okay, and that's where our another big initiative which comes into picture, we call it as Smart India Hackathon. Okay, where we identify problems for you. Means what? During IICs, you identify local challenges. In Smart India Hackathon, we actually go ahead and identify national challenges. Okay, and we want to challenge students on both these kind of problem statements. And in Smart India Hackathon, if you really look at, now it has become world's biggest hackathon, world's biggest open innovation model. And Prime Minister, Honorable Shri Narendra Modi actually has backed this initiative to the hilt. And he talks about this initiative wherever he goes. I think about 2 days back also, during Times Now program, he spoke about Smart India Hackathon initiative and how successful it is and so on and so forth. So next slide, please. So these are some of the stats. I will not get into the stats, but I can tell you almost each and every engineering institution in this country is participating in Smart India Hackathon. But we don't see great participation of Smart India Hackathon by BBA, BCA institutions. So I want you to remember this initiative, look at some of the aspects of our announcements. I hope we have special WhatsApp groups and other groups. If not, we should create those kind of WhatsApp groups to communicate more specifically and actively with BBA, BCA institutions. If number is a challenge, then you can also go with Telegram group. So let's have BBA, BCA Telegram group so that we should able to push a Telegram more than a group, a channel, okay, where we can push these activities aggressively, specifically for BBA, BCA institutions, okay. Next slide, please. So we will jump directly to Kapilana. IDE bootcamp is another, okay, it's a good slide, so I can put talk about it. Even Chairman Sir will also, I think, talk about IDE bootcamp. So I will just refer because you have put the slide. So what we have realized also when we are doing these initiatives is that many times students come up with real good concepts, but the design, when you look at the look and feel of the product is not very good. You know, now if we have to enthuse a customer eventually to look at an idea or to look at a product, even the look and feel has to be good. You know, you can see some of the foreign products which come into Indian market, okay, and they're so cute, they are so nice. You know, when it comes to, as I said, material, when it comes to the feel, when it comes to ergonomics, when it comes to, you know, first we buy by eyes and then we actually go ahead and buy the product, you know. So that aspect is very, very important. And that's the reason we initiated this innovation design and entrepreneurship bootcamp, which is there. And now we have conducted boot camps in more than 30 institutions. And now a next lot is also, we have started. So we want our BBA, BCA institutions to identify innovators, to identify youngsters who could participate in these IDE boot camps. Next slide. So these are some of the glimpses. We will not get into any of the stats.
Okay.
And this is the last initiative which I will talk about right now because there are many more initiatives, but I don't want to clutter the message by talking about many, many initiatives. Okay. So this is initiative called as Kapila. Okay, Kalam program for IT literacy and awareness. And it actually talks about IT literacy. Okay, and the reason we have named this program as IT literacy is because what we realized that when we started working on this program or IP initiative, we've realized that more than 85% to 90% of our higher educational institutes have never filed a IP ever, because that thought process itself was not there. If you are doing some good work, people used to go ahead and publish a research paper. Okay, but filing a patent was not very prevalent in especially tier 3, tier 4 institutions. In some of the scientific labs, as well as like DST labs, DBT labs, and so on and so forth, yes, patent used to get filed. Some of the premier institutions like IISCs and IITs, yes, again, patent used to get filed. But we have more than 50,000 higher educational institutes in this country. And when we started with this program, only 3,000 IPs were in total getting filed from our educational institutes. And if we really look at some of the filing of these 3,000 IPs, they were coming from these 10, 15, 20 premier institutions. It means that remaining institutions never bothered to actually get into this IP filing and IP grant kind of an ecosystem. So we felt that we need to create awareness about this initiative, because if we have to emerge as Vikasit Bharat, if we have to emerge as $15 trillion economy or $20 trillion economy, we have to emerge as knowledge-based economy. And when we say knowledge-based economy, it means that we have to generate ideas which will actually get converted into products, technologies, and services for which we can sell not only within the country, but outside the country and generate wealth for the country. So means we have to generate ideas and products which are very, very innovative, unique, and which can help us generate wealth for this country. Currently, we are around $4.1 trillion. We have a long way to go, because now if we have to emerge as a developed country, our economy has to be more than $10 trillion to $15 trillion economy. And that is only and only possible if our higher educational institutes emerge as islands of innovation, islands of IPs, or fountains of IPs, I would say. And from that perspective, this entire program is very, very important. And I'm very happy to share with you that because of this initiative, the IP filing has gone up considerably. And now we started when the IP filing was somewhere around 4,000, around that. And now we have more than 21,000 IPs getting filed. But what we do here is that we actually end up funding the government piece of it. Means what? The government fees and stamp duties and so on and so forth. AICTE ends up funding, or AICTE ends up reimbursing. And now we are further working on modifying this program so that we can actually explore, we are exploring how we can, whether we can fund accelerated IP filing and so on and so forth, publishing, those kind of charges also. But that's currently under consideration. Next slide, please. And as I said, I will not talk about this slide here because this is not very relevant. But the reason we have put this slide is to inform you that we are not just confining ourselves to higher educational institutes. We are going to schools also. And now, like IICs in higher educational institutes, we have SICs in schools. I am also very happy to share with you that Bharat is the first country to actually have design thinking as an elective in schools from 6th standard. Please correct me if I'm wrong, that more than 2,000 institutions now have adopted design thinking as a subject, and more than 120,000 students are taking design thinking at 6th and 7th standard. So this is again something very, very unique, because we have to have our youngsters who are problem solvers. And if we can develop that kind of a mindset, then they will go to higher educational institutions. They will actually work on technologies and products with an approach to solve a problem which is relevant for this country. So I will stop here. But just before stopping, I would like to focus or bring to your attention 4 major initiatives which you should participate. One is IICs, okay? Not just do a tick mark kind of an activity, but follow the timetable or the ready reckoner, or what we can say, the roadmap which we have given for each quarter. Second, participate in Smart India Hackathon in large number. Third, IDE bootcamps. Okay, that is also a good training ground for you to look into. And fourth, Kapila initiative, so that you start developing this IP registration mindset within your institution. So these are the 4 takeaways for you from what I would like to say. Thanks for listening to me very, very patiently. Thanks. I would like to thank entire team for supporting us in this initiative. They will be in touch with you. And thanks, Yogesh, for organizing this program. And again, sir, before finishing, I would again like to express my gratitude for all the support which you give to MIC, as well as your entire philosophy for pushing innovation and entrepreneurship in our educational institute. Thanks a lot.
How many are there? No?
Thank you so much, sir.
403.
We could see, we could actually see with what passion you have built IIC initiated and IIC. And I think after a long time, Dr. Abhay took session on IIC structure itself, maybe after 2018-19. And I think those who have joined here online are really fortunate to listen it through somebody who has conceptualized the whole concept and built upon. Thank you so much, sir. And I'm sure the institutes will take it forward, and they are really motivated after listening to the whole session, especially on creating how to establish IICs and make them more active. Thank you so much, sir. Moving forward, we have Honorable Chairman AICTE, who is the driving force now, and who is, I think, an inspiration for us, where we are actually maybe sometimes facing the challenge that how we can come up with something new, where he is already ready, that you come up with new projects, and I'm ready to support you. And he's much faster. He's much faster than us. Yeah. What we can say. I still remember. Okay, you have to match the space. That is what our Honorable Chairman always says. And thank you so much for your support, sir. With this, sir, I request you to please address the cabinet. Honorable Chairman, IICT.
So very good afternoon to all of you. Namaskar. And to shape India's future business and technology leadership, I think it's very important for all the institutions of BBA and BCA institutions also, because today, nowadays, now a large number of students are opting for BBA and BCA. Very true. Because everybody doesn't want to go to engineering alone. So therein, you have heard from Dr. Abhay Jere, who has created these IICs in our institutions. Very elaborate presentations. We almost spoke about 40 minutes. 40 minutes giving you the different aspects, which is very important. I told him, don't worry about the time. It's very important for them to understand and how to even do it, because this is the first time all of you are joining. But I'm really disappointed with 6,000 institutions being there. Only 450 are joining. This clearly shows that I think all of you need to wake up. Otherwise, your conventional classrooms will not really help any student. And if you really want to popularize your programs, you have to bring in innovation concepts. What Dr. Abhay Jere emphasized and highlighted how you do it. It is there to help you. He is there, an entire team of IIC sitting here to help you to link and take it. I also urge those who are online today to take this idea to other institutions nearby. Otherwise, we can't keep doing this every time. So I think all of you need to wake up. This is the time India is on the rise, making tremendous strides in the innovation landscape. Today, India is the third largest startup capital of the world. And it can only happen with these business administration students and computer application students are also jumping into this forum, not just engineering graduates or diploma graduates. So all of your students have to jump into this. Then only we can become number one in the world. So as I told you, startup growth started. See, please understand, this subject is new to everybody, even engineering colleges also.
Yes.
2016 only, we had hardly had any startup. And myself, an engineering graduate in the 80s, never even heard about startup and entrepreneurship.
Right.
Okay. We never even think about it. So you don't need to be scared of, oh, I do not know, all these are new. Nothing like that. I think you need to encourage, you need to start now thinking about it and start taking the help of IIC and Ministry's Innovation Council or AICTE is there to continuously handhold each one of you. What it will do, it is just to start. Your students will be there through their small ideas, which are very helpful to the society. They will create a product, and the product development is the key. So India has to become a product development nation. That's what China has done it. China has done it in 20 years. Mind-boggling strengths. They are crossing America. That's why Americans are scared now. Okay, not because of just military power. It is because of innovations, startups. So we as a nation has a responsibility to do this. It will also create jobs because our every startup would adding even 15, 20 of them to their employee list. That will be huge numbers. That's where you need to look at it. And large number of women-led startups are also there, because it can be starting from a very, very local village side and waste handling to many issues on water distribution, because we need to do a lot of those activities yet.
Self-help.
So ease of doing business, and you need to understand for a startup, not just what Dr. Jere, because Jere had only 40 minutes to explain. He talked about innovation, he talked about IIC, he talked about the IPR, and how AICTE is helping you, all that he explained. But you also need to look at it, how the taxes and how to create your company. There are so many things we can share. They have already, the entire process is there, our officers. We have created 12 innovation centers in regional offices. All of them are ready to help you. See, they will also start visiting your colleges. If you want them to visit your college, write to them. We have innovation officers in Bangalore, Bhopal, Kolkata, Guwahati, and we'll also start soon in Bhubaneswar and many such countries. Wherever we had our earlier approval process offices are now converted to innovation center, India's innovation centers. So I appeal to all of you that it is just not mandatorily taking when you are getting the approval, R&D cell as well as IIC, you need to really act on this. Encourage your students towards research and innovation, and also startups and entrepreneurial activity. So for doing that, this is a structure which we are going to help you to do this. And more than that, your students are also have to get skilled. I will more talk about the other part why, because Dr. Jere has actually elaborately covered. And if you have any questions, we are all there to help you on innovation, startups, and entrepreneurship. But I will cover some of the activities on skilling. See, we have several portals for your help. One is we have a NEET portal, National Education Alliance for Technology. There are more than 100 edutech companies more than 100 edutech companies are on the portal, where your students can take micro credits from that program. So please ask them to register there, look at what kind of courses, so they can do these courses in addition to what they are learning in the classroom, or even colleges can adopt them as part of the curriculum. So that way you can reduce the load on the students. So there is also another portal called Career Portal, where we will connect your students to directly to industries for a job placement and other things. So please, your TPOs, that is placement officers in your college, should actually connect with AICTE's career portal as well as internship portal. We have also made, see, we have developed a new curriculum for all of you. Please, if you have not looked at it, take the model curriculum. And you can also take courses from Swayam Plus, which are very, very important. So this needs to be, taken by the leadership at BBA, BCA institutions. So what we are trying to tell you is that skilled courses are very important, not just a degree based on the model curriculum. That's also, so you need to come with bold steps at your institutions to align some of these skilled courses as part of your curriculum. I think we are there to help you. If you are confused, if you are not knowing how to do that, we will help you to create that. So there are many other, benefits for you. For example, we have a lot of scholarship schemes for you. Yesterday, we had a awareness program in Bangalore on scholarship for BBA, BCA institutions. Particularly, one I would like to highlight is the Pragati scholarship for girl students and Saraswati scholarship scheme for girl students. Our BBA, BMS colleges alone, we have close to about 3,110 scholarships, wherein scholarship amount is 25,000 rupees per annum. For all the 3 years, we will give it for successful students. Okay, but need-based, that is, they should be a family income from less than 8 lakhs. So please look at our website for a Saraswati scholarship scheme is specifically for BBA, BCA, and BMS students.
Very true.
And then we have Pragati scholarship for girl students, Saksham scholarship for specially abled students, and Swanath scholarship for the people who have lost their parents, in either war or in the army or during COVID, and now we have extended that to
cancer and other
accidents also. So that if the parents are lost, these scholarships will be there specifically. And then we also give postgraduate scholarships, doctoral fellowships. There are many scholarship schemes, close to about 400 crore worth of scholarships AICTE distributes direct benefit transfer. That means students and colleges will get directly. So please look at them. And I think, you should identify one coordinate person for AICTE advertisement, announcements, and emails. So that, not just the principal will be able to handle all of these, one coordinator, so that he can update the leadership at your institutions, what programs, what schemes we are getting it. There are a lot of information on this on our website. Please, I ask you to go through the websites, apply when the call comes, because everything is done very transparently through portals, through self-disclosures from your side only. So I suggest that you should make use of this, and we have faculty development programs. And not only just in the innovation entrepreneurship, what Dr. Jere highlighted, even regular courses, how to upgrade our teachers. Large number of, close to about this week, we have announced 500 physical 2-week faculty development programs and 1,000 online. And there we have even reserved some of those FDPs for BBA, BCA, BMS institutions. So make use of that. And as I tell you, we have many other like productization fellowship. So the students who participate in these hackathons and they wanted to continue their innovation activities. So many of them, once they get the placement, they will run away. So to avoid that or encourage them to choose the startup way, we have created a new productization fellowship. Please look at that, wherein the scholarship students or students team will get salary like 37,500 rupees per month for full 1 year if they get selected and their idea is selected. So this scheme is also launched already. There are many such, and this year we have declared AI, year of AI as 2025. So large number of activities on how to integrate artificial intelligence into the curriculum and how colleges can run lectures, and any help is required to organize these events on artificial intelligence, because this is going to disrupt the way we teach in the classrooms. Entire education field, whether it is engineering or diploma or BBA, BCA. So just conventional way of you teaching is not going to solve any problem. I'm going to tell you, you will be outdated soon. So I request the leadership to take note of this and train your teachers. The trainings also can be done online and digitally. So kindly use the many initiatives what AICTE is giving you. And we have uploaded the programs of AICTE Training and Learning Academy and QIP programs and Jammu and College, J&K internship program. Some of the Jammu and Kashmir students can come and study in your college for a small period internship. So, and there are programs to popularize in regional languages. See, I know many of the degree colleges are bound to use the regional languages like their mother tongue. It could be Tamil, it could be Kannada, it could be Marathi. You know, we have many schemes to popularize this, like where you can organize conferences, you can start writing books in this. There is a Bharatiya Pustak scheme is coming up, where many of your teachers can be the authors of these books for BBA, BCA as well. And there is money given to that, not just that. See, we pay you for being part of that development of the Bharatiya Pustak scheme. And we also run programs. And if some of you are interested, right now we are started doing regional languages, in regional languages, programs of diploma in engineering. But we have not yet come forward in BBA, BCA. We will also do that if there is an interest. Yes. Large number of students who would like to learn in that. And tell you, soon India is going to be a multilingual society already. But even in the administration, it's not just students should know English alone. They can also be successful, even with knowing mother tongue. So that's the full focus of our idea. So we right now, majority of our education happens in English, but you can do that. There are a lot of grants we give for organizing conferences, for even for your institution. We conduct Karyasalas, and we have master trainer programs on emerging areas like, see, many of your, if you look at your model curriculum, we have already embedded a lot of emerging areas into your curriculum of BBA, BCA. So your teachers have to be trained. So CDAC and many other organizations, IBM, Microsoft, are already training teachers to get acquainted with the newer emerging areas like cybersecurity, blockchain, data science, artificial intelligence, and all these courses. Please make use of it. We are also looking at apprenticeship embedded degree programs. For example, some of the students who come through apprenticeship can also come and do BBA, BCA programs. So that way they will also get a degree, and your input also will increase through skilled people coming into your program. And we have a AICTE distinguished professional scheme where industry people will come and give lectures in your institutions. You can also be part of that. And many part of activities we have done. Proficiency scheme, you can allow anybody to attend your classes. 10% supernumerary seats will also be given. So please make use of that. And many activities, all these activities of the AICTE flagship schemes initiative we brought out in 2025, a nice book, and which will be already put in the website in a PDF form. So you can go through this and identify a nodal coordinator for your institution and understand all of these flagship schemes and initiatives. And we are there to help you continuously. And I think with that few remarks, and I will tell you that we are also preparing a newsletter called AICTE Connect, which comes quarterly, and wherein your activities also can be showcased in our newsletter. Okay. So you write to us so that, this activity we did it, we will actually focus that in the AICTE Connect magazine, which we circulate to all our institutions digitally. And this is done every 3 months, and wherein we will also publish our schemes, what we are giving it to all institutions, including BBA and BCA I hope you will make use of all of these different activities and benefit all your student community in your colleges, because this is the time where national education policy emphasizing on multidisciplinary activities and emerging areas focus and delivery of these courses through online, physical, because there is nothing like part-time evening degrees. Please understand. It's all outcome based, so that all of these have to be treated equally. Please don't run evening program. You can run distance education program, but outcome is same. So degree is same. That is, we have, please remember, UGC and AICTE have already said that there is nothing called second grade degree. That is part-time and evening program, no such. You can conduct evening programs, flexible timings, but all of them will be treated the same, because once they are evaluated in a similar way for the same content, they should be treated same. So through that, we can achieve our grassroots implementation in higher education in a very big way. So I hope that you understand all these nitty-gritty details of the national education policy, emphasize that, and see that every student is benefited, because NEP emphasizes on the student. And for that, we need to prepare our teachers and also the administrators. That's the effort AICTE is trying to do. With these few words, I thank all of you for joining and listening to us. But we wish we will conduct similar workshops, webinars to more and more, so that we can reach every institutions in the nook and corner of the country. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. And I'm sure the institutes which have joined here will definitely benefit from this session. And as you rightly mentioned, that they should not follow on the tick mark activity of just constituting IIC or constituting different committees. And it's the time for BBA, BCA Institute to actually to go and open the portal and look at the different policy schemes and how AICTE is at the forefront of embedding and embodying NEP in different projects and schemes. Thank you so much for your time and the guidance, sir. I think here we will close this particular session. Thank you so much for all the institutes who have joined online. Thank you, and we're looking forward to support you, to work with you, to take this forward. Thank you so much, one and all. So much, sir. Can close.